Yo, hold up. Cardi B just walked into Megan Thee Stallion's world and dropped a bomb that's got the whole hip-hop community frozen. The Bronx Queen really pulled up, said the words nobody saw coming, and now Meg is allegedly regretting the move that started this whole mess. The receipts? Wild. The timing? Suspicious as hell. And Megan? Bro really thought laughing on that live was a free move. Nah, you just signed up for the worst possible chess match of your career. Before we get into it, like, subscribe, don't miss it. Nah? So check it. Megan Pete, aka Megan Thee Stallion, the Houston hottie herself, got caught on a TikTok livestream cackling and laughing at Cardi B as Pretty and Petty diss track aimed at BIA, and the whole internet snapped a screenshot. This went down on March 6, 2026, while Meg was getting her hair done, just vibing on social media. Meg really thought she could giggle on camera with no consequences. That's the move of somebody who didn't read the room. Now let's look at the receipts that show why this whole thing backfired. Alright, let me set the scene with the actual quotes because you'll need to hear this with your own ears. In Cardi B as Pretty and Petty, released in 2025 as part of her Am I the Drama? Rollout. Cardi spits the now infamous line. Name 5 BIA songs. Gun pointing to your head. Bo, I'm dead. When I heard that line for the first time, I had to pause. Like, that's the kind of bar that ENDS careers. Bro said what? That's a type of disrespect you can't recover from in 12 months, let alone overnight. Then on the same track, Cardi opens with, I'm pretty and I'm petty as if asterisk asterisk. When I walk it be asterisk 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 down. It be sexy as if asterisk 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 star. When I read that hook, I was like, oh, Cardi's not playing. This isn't subliminal. This isn't a soft jab. This is him coming for your whole name energy. Now here's where Meg got herself involved. On March 6, 2026, during her TikTok live, Megan was caught on camera cackling, literally cackling, as the song played in the background while she was getting her hair done. When I saw the clip, I had to do a double take. Meg really laughed at another woman getting botted on a track? When you were the one getting botted on his 2 years ago. Brew. BIA caught wind immediately and threw shade right back. According to Complex's coverage, BIA hopped online to respond to the moment, dragging Megan back into her long-standing feud with Cardi. When I read BIA's clapback, I was like, nah, Meg, you weren't supposed to be in this chapter. That line right there, that's where she lost the plot. Then Hot New Hip Hop confirmed the chaos. Megan Thee Stallion and BIA drag each other into their long-standing feud with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. When I saw that headline, I lost it. You really pulled Megan to the Barbs versus Body Gang civil war? Nah, she can't say she didn't ask for it. But here's the plot twist nobody expected. After all that laughing, Cardi B literally pulled up to Megan's final Moulin Rouge Broadway performance on May 2nd, 2026, walking in like nothing ever happened. Cardi went on Instagram Live afterward and said she loved Meg's performance and hoped she does it again. When I heard that, I was like, wait, is this support or is this a strategic flex? Because that is what real ones call psychological chess. Now that we got the quotes, let's connect the dots. Here's where it gets wild. Y'all didn't notice this though. That live stream dropped less than 24 hours before BIA's response went viral. That's not coincidence. That's a coordinated takedown. Meg laughed on a Friday night, and by Saturday morning the whole industry was treating her like she was a soldier in Cardi's army. And remember, this happened while Megan was still processing her Klay Thompson breakup heartbreak. So you mean to tell me, in the middle of a public devastation, Meg picked that moment to publicly co-sign a Cardi diss? Bro, terrible timing. Now let's connect even more dots. That WAP reunion in Houston on March 5th, 2026, happened ONE day before the laughing livestream incident. So Cardi brought Meg out to perform WAP. 24 hours later, Meg's on live cackling at Cardi's diss, and you really thought that timing was random? Cardi played the long game. She gave Meg the public cosign and watched Meg use that goodwill to throw shade in BIA's direction. That's a MS. Any smart artist would have waited a week before laughing at a diss track on camera. But Meg isn't thinking strategically, she's thinking emotionally. Then here's the relationship layer. Cardi and BIA have been beefing since the Wannabe remix days, with BIA dropping Sue Me and Cardi tossing shots back on her own verses. Meg walking into this history, that's like showing up to a gunfight nobody invited you to. So, Megan, aligned with Cardi the day after the WAP reunion? That's terrible chess. Brew, that's a move of someone who doesn't have real advisors. And the past beef receipts run deeper. In 2024, after Megan's his shaded Nicki Minaj, Nicki claimed on Live that Meg secretly called Cardi a dirty Mexican, a quote that's been rotating on Reddit thread for years. So if that's true, you mean to tell me Meg was laughing in Cardi's disarsenal after having allegedly disrespected her in private? That's the recipe for getting cooked. The behind the scenes is messier than people realize. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Now check this out. Nobody's talking about the forensic details of Meg's livestream reaction. Zoom in on Meg's facial expression in that hairstyling clip. The laugh wasn't just a casual giggle. It was a head thrown back, eyes closed, full body cackle. That kind of laugh is reactionary, not performative. Which means Meg was caught in a genuine, unfiltered moment that revealed her true alignment. She wasn't acting. She wasn't pandering. She was agreeing with every word of Cardi's diss. And Megan really didn't catch that the camera was rolling? That's embarrassing. Now look at the specific line that triggered the laugh. Sources reporting on the moment confirm Meg's biggest crack-up came right at the Name 5 BIA song bar. That's not random. That ONE bar is the most personal jab on the entire track. It's questioning BIA's relevance. So Meg didn't just laugh at the song. She laughed at the most career-damaging line in the song. That's a calculated cosign disguised as a casual reaction. If BIA had half a brain, she would have noticed this before responding the way she did. Then there's the visual forensics on the Cardi pull-up at Moulin Rouge. Look at the photos from that night. Cardi rolled up dressed to be seen. Big hair, full glam, paparazzi-ready outfit. That's not, I'm slipping in to support a friend, energy. That's, I want everyone to see I showed up energy. Cardi turned a private Broadway moment into a public PR spectacle. And the message was clear. I support Meg, but I'm in control of this narrative. That's the problem with assuming Cardi is just being friendly. She doesn't read the play-by-play. She writes it. Pattern forensics on Cardi's behavior over the past 2 months tells you everything. WAP reunion in Houston, March 5th. Pretty and petty laugh moment, March 6th. Moulin Rouge support, May 2nd. 3 calculated public displays of unity in 60 days. That's not friendship. That's a PR campaign. Cardi is locking Meg into the body gang ecosystem in real time, and Meg doesn't see it because she's emotionally vulnerable from the Clay breakup. Cardi is playing chess. Meg is playing checkers. Now let's see how the media covered this. So here's where it gets messy with a media spin. Yahoo Entertainment framed Meg's laughing reaction as a casual, light-hearted moment. Megan Thee Stallion had everyone talking online with no aggressive undertones. Their angle was, it's just a vibe. No big deal. But that no big deal framing doesn't hold up when you remember what the bars actually said. Yahoo is downplaying the alignment. Complex took the opposite angle, framing it as direct provocation, leading their headline with BIA's seemingly response after Megan Thee Stallion. Complex saw the same livestream Yahoo saw and called it what it was, a triggering event. 2 outlets, 2 completely different narratives off the same 30-second clip. Then Hot New Hip Hop went even harder, flat out calling it an escalation, framing Meg as a willing participant who dragged herself into Cardi versus BIA territory. Hot New Hip Hop wasn't sugarcoating. They put accountability on Meg. And honestly, that's the most accurate read. Now some fans are screaming, she was just laughing. Why you're making it deep? But those are the same people who thought Meg's hiss wasn't really aimed at Nicki Minaj. If you still think Meg's laugh was random after seeing the Houston reunion 24 hours earlier, the Moulin Rouge pull up 2 months later, and the pretty and petty bars zoom in, you're just biased. The receipts don't lie. And Meg's defenders trying to spin this as innocent? They're reaching. But here's what nobody is saying. The mainstream narrative says this is just 2 queens of rap supporting each other while the internet makes drama out of nothing. That's the comfortable lie everyone wants to swallow. But here's the real story. This isn't beef. This isn't even friendship. This is a masterclass in psychological warfare, and Cardi B is running the whole operation. Cardi is playing checkers? Nah, Cardi is playing 4D chess. She used Meg's emotional vulnerability after the Klay Thompson breakup to position herself as a supportive big sister, and in the process, locked Meg into the body gang ecosystem at the exact moment BIA was trying to flip the rap power dynamic. Meg didn't choose Cardi. Cardi chose Meg, and Meg was too emotionally drained to notice the strategy. Every move Cardi makes is intentional. Meg is playing emotionally. Cardi already won. Here's the industry politics angle nobody wants to admit. The female rap game has TWO economic ecosystems right now, the Cardi Bartigang machine and the Nicki BIA Bob's machine. Megan has been floating in neutral territory for years, refusing to fully align. But the second Meg laughed at Pretty and Petty on that livestream, the algorithm decided for her. Spotify started recommending Cardi tracks under Meg's content. BIA fans started unfollowing. Nicki's Bobs launched their dragging campaigns. Meg got drafted into a war she never officially enlisted in. And the industry is loving it because controversy equals streams. Meg is a puppet in this dynamic, and she doesn't even realize the strings. Now factor in the Klay Thompson layer. Remember that breakup post? Meg posted cheating, had me around your whole family playing house on Instagram stories on April 26, 2026, going public with a Klay accusation. The timing reveals everything. Meg's emotional armor is at its weakest in months. She's lonely. She's grieving the relationship. She's questioning her judgment about men. And that's exactly when Cardi swoops in with a Houston reunion, the Broadway pull-up, the I Love Her Instagram lives. This is the same playbook used against vulnerable artists for decades. Tupac got pulled into death row when he was emotionally fractured. Lil' Kim got mauled by Biggie when she had no one. Cardi knows this script by heart. Meg is repeating the same trauma cycle her predecessors fell into. And here's the cultural impact angle. Meg represents the last major female rapper who was trying to stay genuinely neutral in the female rap politics game. Her aligning with Cardi, even accidentally, signals the end of the era of independent female rap diplomacy. From here on out, every female rapper has to pick a side. BIA is on Team Nicki by default now. Lato is mid-feud with Cardi. Glorilla is watching from the sidelines. The rap game has officially split into two camps, and Meg's livestream cackle was a moment history will remember as a line in the sand. Meg represents the OLD dream of unified female hip-hop, and the culture is done with that fairy tale. Welcome to the new era. The authenticity angle is even uglier. Meg has always sold herself as a real one, the woman who doesn't play industry politics, who treats other female rappers like sisters, who shows up for black women. But laughing at a diss track against a black woman rapper, on camera, knowing the cameras were rolling, that's not sisterhood. That's a manufactured persona cracking under pressure. Meg's whole hot girl empowerment brand is built on lifting black women up. But the second Cardi gave her a shoulder to lean on, Meg was willing to laugh at BIA's downfall. Meg's brand is manufactured, and it's falling apart in real time. And that's the truth they won't tell you. So what happens next? Here's what's most likely to happen. Within the next 30 days, BIA is gonna drop a response track, and it's not gonna be aimed at Cardi. It's gonna be aimed at MEG. Mark my words. BIA has already shown she's willing to escalate, and Meg is a softer target right now. When that track drops, Meg is gonna be forced to respond, which pulls her even deeper into Cardi's gravitational pull. Meg will try to stay diplomatic, but the algorithm won't let her. Every interview question, every red carpet, every podcast appearance is gonna be, what do you think about BIA's diss? Meg is gonna look desperate trying to dodge the question because she'll know she walked into this trap herself. Now, if the alternative path happens, if Meg actually does record a response, it's gonna be even worse for her. Because here's the thing, Meg's strength has never been beef. Her strength is melodic Houston flow, charisma, and personality. Beef tracks require surgical precision, ice-cold delivery, and a willingness to go nuclear. That's Cardi's lane. That's Nicki's lane. That's BIA's lane. It's not Meg's. If Meg drops a response, BIA is gonna get the mainstream attention boost from the engagement, and Meg is gonna look like she's reaching for relevance she already has. She's not ready for what's coming if she takes this seriously. We saw what BIA did with Sue Me. Meg doesn't stand a chance on that battlefield. Looking at the bigger picture, this is going to be the moment everyone remembers as when the female rap landscape officially fractured. 5 years from now, hip-hop documentaries are gonna mark March 6, 2026 as a day Meg joined the side, even though she never officially did. The cultural consequence is huge. Brands are watching. Festival bookers are watching. Streaming platforms are watching. Meg's neutrality was a superpower, and she traded it for a 30-second cackle on TikTok Live. Her crossover bag, the Popeyes franchises, the Moulin Rouge Broadway run, the academic degree pursuits, all of that requires being palatable to everyone. The second she got pulled into the rap war, half her brand opportunities just got smaller. Meg is watching the culture move on without her, and there's nothing she can do about it. And here's the kicker for Cardi B's legacy. When the dust settles, Cardi is going to be remembered as a rapper who played the entire industry. She got her WAP collaborator on her side. She got BIA off her back, and she made it look like organic friendship the whole time. Cardi's legacy is being elevated by every move Meg makes from here on out. Whatever happens, one thing's clear. Meg already lost. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering the real story, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss when we expose what everyone else is too scared to say. Ring that bell for notifications. And if you want more truth bombs like this, click on one of these videos next. Trust me, you'll want to see what we found.